Hey guys, welcome to Selenium with Java November 2022 batch online training session 1. So in today's session I will cover the objective of the training, what are the training topic will be covered in the upcoming session, what are the additional benefit you'll be getting from the training, introduction to software testing and automation testing, introduction to Selenium WebDriver, right? How you can do the setup to run your test cases like Eclipse WebDriver environment setup, right? What is web element and element locator, and how you can perform the different operation on web page, browser, WebEdit Box, and link. This is the agenda for today's session. So I think you most of you already gone through the syllabus whatever I have shared, right? So it will be weekend batch 7 to 9 p.m. IST. Total 13 classes will be there, right? I will take 2 months time, right? Total around 9 week means 18 session. Why? Because sometime, right, everybody is working professional, so I might need to take off, right, Saturday Sunday sometime due to some other outing, all this stuff. And this time, right, even 25th December, 1st January, 31st night is coming. Maybe 3 day I'll be giving the off to everyone, and also I need to take the off, right? 25th December, 31st night, and 1st January. Now there will be no class this 3 day. Okay, so it will be starting from today. So 13 classes will be there, like 1.5 to 2.5 hour even it can go for sometimes, but timing, most of the timing it will be fixed 7 to 9 p.m. or sometime maybe half an hour early, 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m., but not going other timing, right? So most of the 90% only 7 to 9 p.m. IST. So for every session I'll be sharing the PDF, right, and the sample code. And once the session is over, I'll be sharing the framework along with you and all the 600 to 700 interview question and answer. Apart from that, few of the topics which will be not be covered here, right? More advanced kind of framework part, then Git, GitHub, for all this part, document and relevant videos, link will be shared so that you can go through. That will be the static one. But here 13 classes will be there, 1.5 to 2.5 hour each classes, right? So you can see from the Selenium, right, these are the things will be covered. Today's part already discussed. Apart from that, how to perform different operation on images, radio button, drop down, right? What is that kind of XPath and CSS, right? Complete study, how you can scroll up, scroll down, how you can handle the frame, capturing screenshot, implicit, explicit await, headless browser testing, right? Handle cookies, and buy all locator, and how to kind of select an option from the auto suggested drop down. So total 3 sessions from the Selenium WebDriver, first and second session. Then next 4 session will be Java, right, from the basic to advanced, and 7th session will be again from the Selenium WebDriver, right. 8th and 9th session will be TestNG. 10th and 11th session will be the framework part, data driven framework, keyword and hybrid framework, and 12th and 13th session will be BDT and Cucumber. So that way I will plan to cover the thing. From the Java, right, data type, right, kind of object, classes, array, different kind of operator, different loop, conditional statement, method, ops concept, Java collection framework, and then your Java multi-threading part will be covered. TestNG will be covered in details, right? TestNG overview, installation, annotations, enabling, disabling text, assertions, right? How we can run multiple suite, parameterization, data provider, listener, and how you can perform the parallel testing also with the help of TestNG. Then we will go to the automation framework, right, where you'll be seeing the Apache PY, how we can interact, read and write the data from the Excel sheet, right? What is data driven framework, hybrid framework, keyword framework, all this stuff. Then we will go to the BDD framework, where you will be learning the BDD in depth, right? BDD prerequisite, right? Kind of features file, step definition class, runner class, right? How you can add the background, how you can run multiple thing, right? What is scenario outline, and definitely how can you generate the right kind of cucumber report with the help of the kind of extend report as well. So these are the topics will be covered in the upcoming session. So these are the benefit you'll be getting. So you no need any prerequisite, everything will be from the scratch. Even a layman can understand my session, But definitely, as it's an automation kind of testing, right? Sometimes it might be difficult, but I'll repeat in case you are having any trouble. And definitely after the session is over, I'll be sharing the document and the sample code. You just try to repeat the exercise in your home. Any questions, let me know. Video will be recorded and it will be uploaded to my YouTube channel, most in the private mode. You'll be getting the lifetime access as well. So you no need to worry about that, right? So resume preparation part I already told, right guys? Be honest whenever you are writing the resume, right? Okay, but in case you are kind of thoroughly following my training, right? So just do the practice repeating all the other thing, right? All the other artifact, code, framework, interview question answer, everything I'll be providing you. You no need to worry at all. So just do the practice. This 2 months time, apart from that additional 1 to 2 months time you need to spend it. After that you can definitely try to kind of implement this thing in your either in your organization or other, right, project anyways, and that will help you. So that way it will be enabling you as an automation tester. I am not saying that very expert level, but learner to intermediate part you can definitely claim yourself. So just be honest and provide your time, do the hands-on. So that's how you'll be gaining more and more confidence day by day, but not a single day activity. So I will maybe take 20-15 minutes time to give you more holistic picture on the software testing life cycle as well, right? So in the industry, in the IT industry, you know, right? In case you are really kind of experienced enough, there are a couple of teams will be there, right? One is the development team, one is the maintenance team, right? One is the software testing team, one is the kind of leadership team, right? And another is the business analyst team, right? These are the different teams available. So development team used to do the development, testing team used to do the testing. So testing is not a single entity. There are a hell lot of testing, right? From the functional to product testing to the automation testing, the performance testing to security testing, right? So what is testing all about? So I think before 2002 1 that time there was no testing. Separate team was there. Developer used to do the testing. But why testing came into the market? So in case developer used to do, their mindset will be same as the development, right? They were the developing, but they will not try to think from the different mindset. And because of that, some of the critical aspect might missed to implement in the product, right? So which might cause some error, right? Even failure of the system, right? System can crash any point of time. That way, right, your company, your organization will be losing huge revenue, right? Huge dollar or huge Indian rupee, any kind of stuff, right? And even they cannot sustain the business as well. So that is the reason, right? They would expect that your code will be error free whenever it is deployed to the production, right? No major failure will come. Definitely problem might come, and that is the reason there is active support team will be there, whose objective is to support the kind of real time business. In case in the business itself some problem might come, right, they will try to solve those problem at the earliest, or either otherwise they will give some workaround, right, to correct or rectify the problem on the immediate basis. So software testing is the process of evaluating and verifying that the software product or application does what is expected to do. So what is expected to do means it will be the requirement. So requirement can be driven by your customer, your organization, or sometime by the business analyst. So they are the person, right, product owner, all this stuff, or the business analyst, they will define the requirement. So as a tester, I need to, right, verify that whether my actual testing is working as per the requirement or not. In case it is deviate, I will try to, right, log as a defect. So I'll just give you a high level kind of software testing lifecycle overview as well. So first thing is that you'll be do the planning, right? Where you will be creating the strategy, test planning, resources, all this stuff. You'll be identifying how many resources will be required, what kind of different testing will be performing, right? What is the tenure of the project. After that, you will be analyzing the requirement, which will be coming from the your product owner or the business analyst, right? And once you got the requirement, you will be going through it. You will be raising the query. You will be solving with the kind of product owner or the respective stakeholder. After that, your test design will start, where first you will be creating the test scenario, Then you are articulating test cases from the test scenario, and you will be creating the requirement testability matrix, which is the RTM, right? And once everything is ready, right, you will be getting some environment to test, right? So where you can do the different kind of testing, I'll be covering it later point. So you'll be starting the testing. Before that, you'll be validating that your environment is working fine, no more blockade is there. Then you'll be doing the testing, different kind of testing, and any deviation in the problem, right, in your testing, you'll be logging as a bug or defect, right? After that, once all bug is or defect is closed, right, you will certify in the testing, all kind of testing, and then you will be signing it off, right? So your test closure activity will come, where you will be performing different kind of summary report, right? All the kind of sign up will be providing, and there is a warranty support, right? In case your product is already went to the live, some problem might come, where testing team also need to be involved, right, to analyze the issue, to kind of find the root causes. So that way they will provide the support to the development team to fix the problem by analyzing it. And whenever any deviation will come, right, we will be logging as the defect. So there will be a defect lifecycle process as well, right? There might be variety of the defect management tool as well, right, in the market. So initially at that time, initially the HPLM was there, but now the Jira, Rally, Azure DevOps, these are the tool, right, where you can log as a defect. So these are the tool can be act as your kind of defect management and the testing management tool as well, right? So you will first logging the defect, and it will going to the development team. In case it is a valid, right, they will try to fix it, and it will come to the testing team again. They will try to kind of retest it. In case it is working fine, it will close, otherwise it will be reopening it. In case defect is not valid, developer will simply rejecting it, right? Sometimes defect may need to be withdrawn. Why need to be withdrawn? Some defect is valid, but that is not necessary to fix for that particular release. That can be fixed maybe later point of time, or in the next release as well. So that defect can be withdrawn. So that way, if your defect lifecycle will be there, and whenever defect will be there, you need to triage the defect. So your testing lead, your testing manager will be joining the daily triage call to interact with the business analyst, product owner, or the developer, right, to guiding them, to giving the kind of step to reproduce of the defect, right? Sometimes there will be contradiction might come, so they will be checking with the developer all this stuff. So that way defect lifecycle will go. So my testing's main objective will be that my requirement will be my Bible, right? So from the requirement analysis stage, starting point, I'll be doing the execution, right? Any kind of deviation, right, I'll certify that is a valid deviation, and then I'll be logging as a defect. And defect will go to the life cycle. Once everything is working fine, all the defect is closed, right, that will go to the production. Okay. So as a tester, objective will be your to identify the error, gap, or missing requirement in respect to the actual requirement, right? So from the testing standpoint, there can be two type of testing, you can say. One is the white box testing, one is the black box testing. So black box testing, you do not require any kind of programming knowledge, right? From the UI level itself, you will try to perform kind of do this kind of testing. But while the white box might require some sort of knowledge, and you will need to go to the kind of coding, and you need to find out the fallacy there. Okay. So in case I want to talk about the testing, different kind of testing, right? So definitely once some sort of development will come, developer team used to do some testing, right? That is called unit testing. So that will be driven by the development. After that, your product is ready, component is ready, it will come to the testing team, and the testing team will do the functional testing or the sprint level testing, right? Where black box different kind of testing will come, kind of smoke testing, sanity testing, right? Functional testing you will be doing it, right? Then once your everything is integrated, all your product is integrated, right, you will be doing the integration testing and the end-to-end testing, where you will try to perform the end-to-end lifecycle validation testing of the product along with the peripheral application, right? Okay. Then you need to do some sort of kind of non-functional testing, where the performance testing, stress testing will be doing it, right? You will be doing some sort of security testing as well, and regression testing also required, right? Because your project will go for long, maybe 1 year, 6 months, 2 year time. There will be different releases, right? And because of the different releases, because of the defect fixes, something existing functionality might broken, but you need to certify that those functionality are working as well. So you need to do the kind of regression testing as well. And once everything is done, right, customer will do their testing, which is called UAT, where alpha testing and beta testing will be there. Alpha testing will be done at the developer side and beta testing will be done by the customer side. After that, once everything is done, UAT is done, then customer will accept the product and then it will go to the production. And there, for any failure, right, warranty support testing will be there. Apart from that, there are variety kind of testing, but these are the kind of high level kind of testing which usually on day to day basis or daily basis as a tester we need to perform it. And automation testing will be part of those. Primarily automation testing will focus on the functional regression smoke, right? So what is error, fault and failure? So error is nothing but the problem, right? A human being, whenever developing something, they will do. What is fault? Because of the error, some problem might come, right? That is called fault. And in case you are not fixing the fault, your system will be failure. I mean, it will not work as per the expectation, it might crash, right? So any human being can make an error, which is mistake, which produces a defect or the fault in the code or in the software application of the product. But in case the defect is not fixed, right, that system will fail, right, which can crash as well and it will make a failure. So you will be losing all your money there. So that is the reason, right? So if any error is there, our objective is to find out the error and to make a fix of that error, right, after changing the code, so that failure will not come. So that way, right, development testing will be linked is there. Okay. So how error or the defect might come in system? We are all human being, even computer also can do the mistake, right? So definitely there can be some problem, right? We can do that kind of error, right, while developing the product developer. There might be miscommunication, requirement is not up to the mark, right? Communication channel is not proper, right? Suppose in there's a 10 people, I'm just giving a simple example. In case you are giving the people 2, right, to 10 thing, people 2 will forget 10 thing in case they are not documenting it properly. So the third person will be getting 8 like that, and the last person might get 1 or 2 even in the different way. So miscommunication is the one of the major challenges, right, where error might come. Sometimes you are working on the under the pressure or multiple projects at the same time, you are not getting the time, you will be exhausted, right? That can lead to error. Sometimes your complexity of the project is very critical, right? You are not having the adequate resources or the skill resources as well, so that also might lead to error, right? Code is you are doing, maybe junior people that is not reviewed properly, senior people are not involved, right? And sometimes environment is not good, right? Maybe your infrastructure is not good. That are the primary thing which might cause error in the system. Software testing 7 principle. Okay, so first principle is that definitely you will be just your requirement will be say Bible, right? You will be trying to match everything with the requirement, right? Software testing should be performed by the third party, right? Not the development team. This should be independent other party. Sometime, right? Suppose say you are having 100 test cases. 100 test cases is not possible sometime, right? Due to the other parameter, maybe development team is taking more time. So sometime you need to go to the risk-based testing, where for each and every test case you'll be giving some weightage, and critical and the high impacted test case you'll be executing, right? All the testing should be performed before your project is going live. After the project is going live, there is no point of doing the testing, right? Apart from the warranty support, because in case you are finding problem, that then where you will fix it, because the project is already go live and it is right in the real-time environment. Okay, so early testing should be there. In case you are finding the error at the early stage, that will be saving lot of money and the overall cost of the project. Okay, from the requirement analysis stage, right, from the smoke should from the system testing, as much as possible you should discover the defect at the early stage, because at the early stage your fixing of the defect cost will be more and more less, right? In case it is a in the later stage, it will be more and more, right? Testing should be with the started with the small part, just like the unit testing. then functional testing, the integration end to end like that, right? And testing will also follow the Pareto rule, which is the nothing but the 80-20 rule. So what does it mean? 80% of your problem will come from the 20% of the application. So definitely you already, in case you are already in that area, right, you are working as a tester, you already know that from the complexity of the part, right, most of the defect will come. So as a tester, your main objective is to find out the area where, right, something might broken, something really complex, so that you should give more weightage to this area, right? And where the area which is very very simple, right, you can give more less priorities. But definitely you should not miss any requirement. At any point of time, your quality of the testing should be sacrificed, right? No, it cannot be, right? So definitely your objective will be that you are trying to find out any kind of problem. It can be major, minor, critical, blocker, all this stuff. So you should highlight it after the product owner or the customer or the organization call how they want to take it. But as a tester, you'll be identifying all the problem and you are definitely logging as a defect. Okay, so now I'll be going to the automation testing overview part. So before that, as of now, from this topic, guys, anyone having any questions, doubt? Is it good, everyone? Okay, okay, thank you. So yeah, whenever I'll be stopping, right, in case any questions, guys, please feel free to ask it, right? Because, right, you are joining the session and you are giving the fees to me as well. So definitely there is no shy, right? You should ask the question, you should clarify it so the other person also can be knowing more and more thing, right? Sometimes I also learning new thing from you. Maybe I am not able to give the answer right now. I need to inspect something, I need to research it, and then next day also, right, after the next session also I will try to provide my solution as well. Okay. Yeah, so then we'll go to the automation testing. So definitely the principle is not kind of deviating in the automation testing as well. Objective is that, right, the finding the fault, right? So here, instead of the manual way, right, we'll be doing this an automated way. We'll be taking some sort of help from some tools, any sample frame, some good framework and a relevant programming language. So before starting any automation testing project, you should think on two things, right? One is you need to perform the POC. POC is not the point of contact here, guys. It is a proof of concept, right? So during POC, right, or the proof of concept, you need to think that what are the area you are automating. Whether it is a web based, whether it is a client server based, or it is a Windows based, right? Are your organization or the client is providing sufficient money to buy the free tool or the license tool, right? And how many test cases you need to automate, right? Whether is kind of related to different operating system, different browser, right? Whether we need to perform it parallelly, what are the different kind of CI/CD tool, right, continuous integration, continuous development tool you need to integrate, right? Whether we need to integrate the test management tool like Jira, Azure DevOps. So that's the different consideration you need to do, and based on that you need to find out, right, what are the tool, what are the technique we'll be using for automating this part, right, based on your AUT or application under test. That is first part. Second part, you need to perform the ROI, which is nothing but the return on investment. Why you need to perform? Because we are doing a business here. Automation testing also a business, right? Because we want to, right, reduce the cost of the project, the main objective. And second objective is that we want to go with the different variation of the testing. Means same test case we can execute different variety of the data as well. Apart from that, right, we can use our automation script to create some sort of data as well. So that is the way, right, we need to think for the ROI. So in case I am talking about the ROI, suppose say you need to automate just simple example, 10 100 test cases, 100 functional system test cases, right, the modular test cases. So during one time execution, it might take 10% day, Okay, but if you want to automate, right, it might take 40% day. Just try to understand the logic. Okay, so one time execution of 100 test case might, manual execution might take 10 days, but for automation skip development itself it will take 40 days. So do you want to go to the automation development? So here some questions will come, right? Whether I need to perform the execution of this 100 disks multiple time, multiple variety of the data or not. In case it is a 2 time, 3 time, there might be, it might not be good for go for the automation. But in case you want to go with the 10 times, means 10 time into 10 PD means 100 PD. Effort will be required for the manual execution. But in case you want to go for the automation, skip development might be 40% day, maintenance might be 5% day, and execution 10 times might be 5% day. So you are totally investing 50% day. So 50% day is your net savings. So definitely you can go for the automation. So what is the formula for ROI, return on investment? Manual execution time minus automation execution time completely, development, maintenance and the automation execution divided by automation execution time. So in case it is a greater than or positive number, then you can go with the automation. In case it is negative, definitely sometime it is not recommended to go on the automation, but definitely in case customer demanding, right, they want to just execute one thing with multiple variation of the data, 10 variety of the data, then they can go the automation as well. So whenever you are doing the automation, right, you need to think that I will automate only those area which will be executing multiple times. That is the reason we should focus automation on the smoke or sanity suit, which you can execute 100 times, 200 times through your project. Sometimes daily basis you need to run it. Then you can go with the regression suit, right? Then you can go for the test data preparation part. Suppose in case you are working on the insurance project, you know, right, sometime policy claim you need to create it, right, 100 200 every day. So you can automate one policy life cycle, so that automatically your script will run 100 policy, 100 claim, like that, right? So that are the thing you need to consider it. And one question might come, right, in your real time as well, that is it possible to automate 100%? It might be possible, but generally we should go for 70 to 90% automation. The complex, very very complex part, we cannot go for the automation, because to automate this might take huge time. Instead of that, manually you need to execute 1 to 3 time, 4 time, it might be maybe easier mode, it will take less time. That is the reason we should not go. Other lot of challenges might come, right? You need to do a lot of R&D. So that is the reason 70% to 90% automation should fit, right? Maybe some of the project, in case it is a 100% is fine, then you can go for the 100% automation, but that is the normal standard. The next one is, we are doing the automation testing, development, all this stuff, but majority of the project might be failure. In your life also you might see, right? Whatever way time money we are spending, but at the end of the day it is a big failure. Why the failure? Automation project might be failure because of lack of maintenance. Suppose say today you are automating 100 test cases, so you need to maintain on regular basis. You need to run them every month, right, or every week. And in case any problem is coming, right, you need to fix your code. Otherwise, suppose say today you are automating, and after 1 year you need to run them, and after 1 year lot of problems, a lot of changes has happened to the application. So whenever you are running it, you find that everything is problem. All the script is failing not because of defect, but because of the changes in your application flow, all this stuff. So unless you are doing the maintenance, we are running it regularly, automation project is a big failure. It does not matter which tool, which programming language, which framework you are using. So primary, we will focus on the automation where, so before automation also you need to think of some important concept. So definitely you will be doing the POC, you will be just validating the ROI, right? Then you need to think that, right, whether your requirement is stable enough. In case the requirement is not stable, you are automating everything. Tomorrow again need to change, so you will be spending a additional amount of time to fix them. Your application is steady enough. Otherwise, you cannot do the real-time automation because everything will fail. Today it will be like A, tomorrow it can be V, like that, right? We can go for the big project. We can go for the thing which will be executing multiple times, just like the smoke test, change the creation part, regression part. Whenever there's a time crunch as well, right? We can go for the automation where same set of test case we can run for the 20 bytes of the data easily, right? So that is the thing you need to consider, right? Whenever you will be involving in the any kind of automation development activity. Then the automation testing life cycle. So just like the software testing deeper life cycle, software development life cycle, there will be life cycle of the automation as well. First you'll be doing the planning, where you'll be analyzing the requirement, application, right? We'll try to inspect that whether are we able to kind of identify all the element or not. Then definitely we need to have our test cases right ready. So definitely we'll be not be designing. Automation team does not design the test cases, right? They used to take the regression of the smoke suit from the functional team, right? So that way they can identify this is the thing I need to do. So these are the resources I am having. This is many day I am having. So that way you can plan it. After that, they need to complete the test script design activity, where they will be first creating the page library, means each and every page, all the important object they will be capturing it. They will be creating the reusable component, because automations you need to think that I'll be writing it one time, but I'll be using it multiple times. So that is the approach you should focus. So every time you should think about the creating of the reusable component which can be used multiple times, writing one time but kind of executing or using multiple times. Then designing of the test steps with the help of the element locator technique. Then third will be coming as test script enhancement. So your test design will not be sufficient until you are adding the verification point or the assertion point, right? Right? Sometimes you need to just parameterize the testing, means same sort of test case you need to run with different variety of the data. Sometimes you need to handle the different kind of error as well. Then fourth step, once everything is ready, you need to run them multiple times, and any kind of problem failure you need to debug them, you need to fix your code, right? And the last step, as and when your demand will come, you'll be running them, and you will be validating them, and you'll be publishing the result to the respective stakeholder, and definitely along with all the sign off part. So that is the automation testing life cycle. Then what are the primary tools available in the market? Some of the tool is free, some of the tool is licensed for all kind of testing, right? Client server based, Windows based, or the web based. So Selenium is purely a free tool, especially for the web based testing is used. QFT UTP you can is a licensed tool you can use for kind of desktop based application. RFT also similarly for the GUI testing, which is an also an kind of licensed tool. Similarly, Tosca also a licensed tool for the functional regression testing. Silk also a licensed tool for the desktop, mobile, web based, right? Securely is open source tool for the GUI testing. SOAP UI, right? Postman, REST Assured, this can be used for the API testing. APM is can be used for the mobile testing or native app testing, right? And JUnit and the test engine is the framework primarily used by the development and the tester. Whenever you will want to give some assertion point, or maybe you with the help of the BTD Cucumber, you can also use it. So when Selenium came into the market, right, only Selenium IDE was there. So IDE is nothing but the integrated data environment, right? Where only record and playback mechanism was there. You can record it and then you can play it, and you can add some sort of assertion point. But that was nowadays that is kind of obsolete, that nobody is using it, right? After the Selenium RCO remote control came, right, which is allows user to interact with the programming language and creating the complex test. Then Selenium WebDriver came into the market, right, where you can communicate directly with the browser. After that, Selenium remote control and Selenium WebDriver merged, and Selenium 2 and 3 and nowadays Selenium 4 is also available. And the last component of the Selenium is Selenium Grid, through which we can perform the parallel or distributed testing. So parallel testing, what does it mean? Same set of test case you will be running it with the different operating system or the different browser combination. So what is the advantage? Primarily Selenium we are using it. So it is an open source tool. No license cost you need to give it. Scripting can be done in different language: Java, Python, C Sharp, Ruby, Perl, PHP. It can interact with the different operating system. It can be Mac, it can be Linux, or it can be your Windows. It will support different kind of browser, starting from the Chrome, Firefox, Opera, Safari, right? It uses very less hardware, right? Even 1 GB hardware will be fine for Selenium. Okay, and Selenium Git help in parallel and distributed testing. Disadvantage, definitely some disadvantages might be there. So that is the reason. Initially, lot of disadvantage was there. Selenium does not support the Windows-based application, but nowadays with the help of some other thing, right? WinEM, okay. So with the help of that, right, they can support the Windows-based application as well. So definitely, in case you are want to interact with Selenium WebDriver, you would require some programming knowledge, tool knowledge, or framework knowledge. And it's a free tool. No proper vendor support will be there, just like the UFT or Tosca or the RFT, right? In case you want to interact with the kind of external library, you have to kind of kind of develop your own framework, right? Okay, sometimes object repository concept is not there, so that you need to create manually all the stuff. Then Selenium WebDriver is a component of the Selenium, right? It is having the almost same features. It supports different variety of the browser, different variety of the kind of uh, operating system, different programming language, and it is more faster than Selenium RC or the IDE. It controls the browser with the help of the programming language. It supports data-driven testing and the cross-browser testing, right? And parallel testing also possible with the help of the TestNG or the JUnit using Selenium WebDriver. So some sort of difference I have tried to given it, because UFT and Selenium is the most useful tool even nowadays as well. So UFT is a licensed tool, Selenium is a free tool. UFT will require more and more hardware, Selenium will require less hardware. In case you want to interact with the UFT, at least 4 GB RAM will be required, otherwise your system will be very slow and you cannot operate anything. But Selenium, like 1 GB RAM, even still fine. Okay, so some of the features like inbuilt object repository reporting, all this stuff is already there in this UFT, but it is not there. You have to kind of write the thing on your own. Environment setup might be very easier in the UFT, right? But it is very tough might be in the Selenium. So support will be there from the HP, the tool right now handling by HP, right? But as Selenium is a free tool, so definitely you cannot get the adequate support, right? Sometimes you have to rely on some artifact from the Google, some videos, document like that. But here UFT, in case you are struggling, right, and you are buying the licenses, you can get the relevant support directly. Okay. So what is the prerequisite required to start your journey in the Selenium WebDriver? You want to script something, right? So first thing is the Java is required. You need to install Java. So 1.8 version onward, any version nowadays is 1.18, like that. So if you go to the site, you can directly download it. I will show you. Then any kind of ID is required. It can be Eclipse, it can be IntelliJ, right? Through which you'll be doing the programming. The Selenium WebDriver will be required, which is nothing but the Selenium jar file, means where you will be getting all the methods, all the interfaces, all the classes. So in the Java session, from the third session onward, you will be learning what is classes, interface, all this stuff. And the WebDriver, right? And the driver. In case you want to interact with the Chrome browser, you need to install the Chrome driver. In case it is a Firefox browser, you need to interact with the, you need to install the Gecko driver. So first, that link you can go with the for the Java installation. So this is the path where, based on your application, right, you can just download it right here. That part will be fine. So in case you are using the Windows, so you can go to the Windows tab. In case Mac, all this stuff, so here you can install it that way, and you can just simply install it, right? It will not, just you need to download it and click like that, and you can finish. So that will be very easiest one, right? That not be tough. After it is installed, so what you need to do, you need to, once it is installed, it will look like that. So if you go to the my computer, right, if you go to the C drive, it will be installed in the C drive, right? Program files, and here Java will be installed, right? So you could see I have installed JDK. So JDK is the Java development kit and JR is the Java runtime environment. So I have installed 1.8 and 1.10.0 as well. Okay. So then you need to go to the JDK. So whatever 1.0, 1.17, 1.18, whatever you like it, right? I mean, kind of installing it. After that, you need to go to the My Computer properties, and here only you can get to know about your operating system and whether it's 32-bit or 64-bit, all this stuff. And based on that, you need to install that relevant Java. So you could see the device name, right? RAM or 64-bit or 32-bit, right? All this stuff, or kind of Windows, right? Here you could see edition, right? Windows version 10 or kind of stuff. After that, you need to go to the advanced system settings. You need to go to the advanced tab. You need to click on the environment variable after installing the Java. Then you need to click new, and here you need to type Java underscore home, that Java underscore home, and you need to give the path till the your JDK folder. That path you need to give it, and you need to paste it here, and you need to click on OK. So that is done. So Java underscore home is done, right? Then you need to click on the path variable, path. You need to double click. You need to click on new, and here you need to go till the bin folder, bin, and that part you need to give it simply, so that you are mapping your Java to your computer, so that the computer can read the Java, right? That is the path you can give it after clicking on the new. Here you can just do and OK. So this is the two part first you need to do. One is the Java installation and setting the environment variable for the Java home and the path variable. After that, in case you want to verify whether that is thing installed or not, right? You can press Windows R, or you can go to the run, right, of your computer, and you can press CMD, right? It will open the command prompt, right, where you can type Java, all are lowercase, space hyphen version, Java space hyphen version, after associating to the environment variable. Then if you enter it, you can see your version is there, right? This thing, it will come from the setting that is already added, right? What is the date added, you can get it, but yeah, your latest version can be anything. Okay, so also 8.3 is available, but I have did. So that way you need to do the association of the Java as your first step. Then you need to install the Eclipse, right? So you need to go to that kind of path. Okay, I already given the path as well. That PDF I'll be sharing it. So this is the path. You could see, in case it's Windows, Linux, Mac, you can click here and you can install it, right? You can use here also, right? That one, Eclipse ID for the Java developer, Windows version, you can install it. So once it is installed, right, there will be some zip file, and then you can unzip it, right? If you go to the computer, it will go to the C drive and Eclipse. So that is the zip file. I have unzipped it. That will look like that, any version. So after that, you need to go to the Eclipse, and here you need to click on the Eclipse exe file. Once you open your, it will first pop up you to create a workspace. Once the workspace is set up, then you can just, it will look like that here, Eclipse, right? So no project will be there because I am working here, a lot of project is there. So that is the reason, where you can have new file, you can create the new project, you can open some of the existing project, right? You can import, export it, right? You can search something, you can run it, right? Try to run it. That are the different kind of stuff. You can go to the help, you can try to get help as well. Okay, that will be covered upcoming session. The third one is you need to install the Selenium jar file, right? Because from where Selenium related methods will come, Selenium functionality I can call it, right? So this is the third link. Nowadays 4.6.0 is available, but definitely you can use any 3 version as well. So 4 version, some challenges might come. Okay, So it just kind of came recently. So you can go here, releases, previous releases, and you can go with the 3 version, stable version as of now, right? 3.15.0 or 14.0 is fine. Okay, just open it and just click. Yeah, I mean that zip file. Sorry, not that one. Yeah, that standalone file you can download it. After that, you look like here. This is the Selenium jar file, right? So that is the third one. The fourth one, if you want to interact with the Chrome browser, right? First thing is that you need to verify your browser version, right? That is the reason most of the time, right? I mean, your code will not work. So first thing, you can go here, any browser, you can click on the help, and you can click here, right? What's about the Google Chrome. You can check what is the browser version in your current system, because it can vary. For me it is 1.7, it can be your 1.6, it can be sometime your 1.8, like that, right? Because in case you are not updating, so it will not update like that. So now it is 1.7, so I need to install the Chrome driver for 1.7 version only, not the above version, not the below version. So here you can type Chrome driver install, download. So it will open the page, right? After that, based on your browser version, you need to go with that version only. You can click it, right? And then you can download it. So it will be look like here, Chrome browse driver.exe file. Okay, let's open it. Yeah, so here Chrome driver download, you can go with that path. Similarly, for the Firefox driver, you can go with the Firefox version and you can download the relevant one. Okay, you can see 7. So I need to go here, 1.7. I need to download it here, and I need to paste it in desktop or any other location. So that is the next part. So this is the 4 prerequisite: Java, Eclipse, Selenium jar file, and the relevant browser driver for the corresponding browser. Okay. So first thing is that we'll need to create a project. Okay, so first thing is that already Java is there, so an Eclipse I already downloaded, so I'll be creating a new project. File, after opening the Eclipse, new, here Java project, new Java project, file, new, hold it here, and either you can select Java project directly or project and then Java project. I'll be creating a Java project. So here I can give the name Selenium November 2020 batch, right? And be assured that here use an execution environment GRE. Do not select more than 1.8, otherwise it might get problem. So 1.7 or 1.8, but do not select more than that. 9, 10, do not select it. So that will create a problem, right? So after giving the name, so automatically you can see that is the project is saved this location here, workspace automatically, because initial time you need to set up the workspace in your any of the driver, right? Any of the driver. So that workspace automatically all your project will be saved, right? Then you need to click on next. So automatically after that, with the Java 1.7%, your project will be created and SRC folder will be there, right? So if you can click on the finish button, you no need to do anything right now. So you could see here Selenium November 2020 badge is already created, right? And this is the Java, all the Java related jar file, means all the Java method, interface, classes will be already associating to the project, so that I can call all the stuff on the Java. So as then when I am creating the Java project, automatically all the Java libraries, all the Java related jar file, it is getting added to the project level. It is getting added to the project level. So it does not matter what are the package, what are the classes we are creating. So first thing is that we need to create a project. Automatically Java related thing will be added to your project. After the src file, we need to create a package, project, package, and then class. So no need to worry, I already everything is written here. Okay. Okay. So whenever you are creating the project, it should be in the capital letter, that is the format, and whenever you are creating the project, package, it should start with the lowercase letter. So after in the src file, you right click here, just select and right click, and then there will be new options will come. You need to select it and need to create a new package. So project, automatically your Java related jar file is getting added. Then src file, right click and create a package. Suppose say I am giving the package called training, right, starting with the lowercase package. Then I am right clicking on the training package and I am clicking on the new and then class. Here I can give the class name called session1, starting with the uppercase. And here you need to select the public static void main method. There is a Java main method from where your execution will start. But in the later time, I will show you even public static void main method is not required for Selenium. We will be using the testng, through which we will be using @test annotation, and where we can run our execution without the main method. But in Java project, in case you are not using testng, so you need to always select the public static void main method, or you can manually write it also. So here it will be session1, right? So every time your package, your classes will be unique in that project. I will be selecting public static void main method and clicking on the finish. So package, you could see automatically training package, and you can click on the finish. So that is the main method. In the Java, I will be discussing what are the each and everything of the main method. You no need to worry. So right now 2 sessions will be covered from the Selenium, right? You no need to worry. Some basic will be required, and from the session 3 to 6 it will be complete Java. Then we will proceed in the depending area. So here you could see package is coming. This is the classes we have created. This is the main method you are typing. And here if you want to print something, that is a Java programming, right? Right now I'll be just simply writing a simple programming SYSO. If you type and if you press Control Enter from your keyboard, so automatically Java related method which is called system.out.println will become here. So you will type it even. Press SYSO and press Control Enter. So automatically you could see that is giving suggestion. What is that? System.out.println. That is the output method to print something in the console. Here you can type within the double quote. So that, because why double quote? Because I want to write something string. Okay. So suppose say my first Java code, right? Then it is done. I have written one line here. So how we can run our project or code? So there is an option called run, right? You can run it, run as Java application, or you can right click here in the editor and run as Java application. So automatically it will try to execute your code whatever is written in the session1 class, and it will print out something whatever is written in the console. You could see that is the console is coming. So that way we can start with the creating some sample code in your Eclipse. Okay. The next thing, right now I have created the project Java, but there is no association of the Selenium, right? I cannot use any Selenium properties because I did not associate it, because Java project will never know about my Selenium part. So what I need to do? So I need to select the project, because my Selenium is already there, right? Selenium jar file already downloaded here. So I need to associate to the project, so that any kind of package, any kind of classes I am creating, automatically everything will be linked. So it will be project level activity. Select the project, right click here, go to the properties, select the properties, go to the Java build path. Step already there. Okay, you no need to worry, it's already there. You need to click on the add external jars, and you need to select that, right, that Selenium jar file, and if you apply and OK, close. So now if you refresh your project, right, you could see the reference library section got added. which is nothing but your Selenium jar file. If you expand it, all the packages will be there, and inside the packages, right, your kind of classes, your interfaces, your method will be there. So that is the third step. Then here, whatever line of code I have written, I can comment it out. So just double slash. So automatically code will be there, but it will not work. So you could see color is getting changed, means I am commented out my code, right? So now, as of now, I have added three things. Java is already there. I have created the Eclipse project, right? I have created the package, class, and I have also associated my Selenium jar file. Now I will be associating my driver. I want to work something with the help of Selenium WebDriver. I want to automate something with the help of Selenium WebDriver, right? So what is the next step? So before that, you already given some kind of naming convention, so you can follow it. So any method name will start with lowercase, package name will start with uppercase, class will be package name is lowercase, class will be uppercase, right? So all this stuff you can follow it for the better coding practices, right? Now next thing is that I need to run the thing with the help of the Selenium, right? So I need to, in that particular project, I need to give the WebDriver path, right? So for that one, what are the things you need to run? As right now Java reference library is added to my project, so I need to create a call system, system, system dot. If you dot system is a predefined class in the Selenium WebDriver, automatically all the method will come. So these are the method. You could see from where it is coming. It is coming from the system class. This is the method name, and this is the call return type, right? So I'll be selecting system dot set property, right? So system dot set property. Okay. Here what I need to keep. This is the system class coming. Return type is string, and where I need to pass, I need to pass key and value pair. Okay. So here I need to give the key. So in case you want to just try to run it with the help of the Chrome driver, so always it will be fixed hard coded. Okay, you don't need to worry. So it will be only one time activity. You need to give within the double quote web driver dot Chrome dot driver. You need to end the double quote. And value, what you need to keep? You need to keep the path of the Chrome driver whatever you have downloaded. So right click here, go to the properties. So this, what is the path? This is my path, right? And here within the double quote again I am giving the path. Then again double slash, because Selenium support does not single slash for the path always. And then this is the Chrome driver file name. I need to give it, and along with extension. What is the extension? .exe, right? So I am not kind of writing anything new, and every Java everything will end with semicolon. All your program will, all your line will end with semicolon. So system dot set properties. So first, in case it is a Chrome driver, you need to give the path for the WebDriver dot Chrome, sorry, CHROME. In case it is any mistake, it will not work. So WebDriver dot Chrome dot driver, right? Then comma, this is the key and this is the value. So this is the path here, right? Desktop Chrome driver dot exe file. Okay. Then I will be creating an object or instance of the WebDriver interface. So in Java, in case it is interface, you cannot create the object or instance directly. Okay. So this is the thing, might be tough for you for the first time. No need to worry. Just try to rehearse it, and whenever third session on Java will be covered, right, you can again try to link it, because this is the basic one where more Java will not be used much. That is the reason I have given 2 sessions from the Selenium WebDriver. So I will be calling the WebDriver interface, which is available in my Selenium WebDriver. So that is the exact word you need to use, and I am creating an object for instance called driver. equal to new Chrome driver, because Chrome driver is a class, CHROME driver. So that is the code you need to write it every time in case you are working on the Selenium. So here you could see error message is coming, right? You can in the left side. Why? You could see what is the error. Chrome driver cannot be resolved to a type, because we have written the Chrome driver, because but we do not, the script do not know what is Chrome driver all about. So I need to click here suggestion, right? You could see I need to import the WebDriver from the org.open.selenium. This is the package from where WebDriver is coming, and this is the part of the Selenium jar file. Once I import it, error message will go on. Again another error message is there for the Chrome driver, which is the class from Selenium. So I need to import it again, the Chrome driver class from the org.openq.selenium.chrome packages. So that part is done. Now you could see error message gone, but still that thing is there. That is called warning message. So that will not create any problem. This is not a hard stopper, but still is warning, because whatever driver object or instance you have created for the WebDriver or the Chrome driver class, that is not used anywhere. Just you have created it. Then how will use it? So first thing means that we will try to launch your Chrome browser. So I will try to maximize the driver. So driver, if you press dot, automatically all the method will come. Then driver.manage, right? You can see WebDriver interface it is coming, and return type is option. It will give a lot of option. Manage, again if you press dot, it will coming all the thing. Manage.window. Again it is type as window, so a lot of options will come. Dot maximize. You could see return type is void, so it will not return anything in the console. It will just perform the operation. In the upcoming session you will get more and more clarity. So that is the way I am maximizing the driver. Then I need to import some URL so that it URL will be opening, right? So how can I use it? Driver.get. So all the methods will be discussed in the upcoming session. You could see this is the get method. What is return type? From where it is coming? It is coming from the WebDriver. What is the return type? It is return type is void, means it will return nothing, means it will only just do the operation. This is the method name, and in the method what we can pass? We can pass the string argument. So you can pass the URL, because that is the string, means alphanumeric character means string. So suppose say I want to open the Facebook page, right? So here you need to double quote, you need to give it, because it is a string, right? Now let's try to run your code and let's see whether thing is working or not. Run as Java application. So it will try to, what you need to do, it will first try to launch the Chrome browser, because all the setup property has been done. You could see Chrome driver was started successfully in the console. It will open the Chrome browser, it will maximize the browser, and then it will try to launch the Facebook URL. So that is the part I want to do, but nothing will be displayed in the console because return type is void, right? So that is my first code. I have written it to launch the Chrome browser, to maximize the browser, and to load the Facebook page, guys. Now we'll go in the other on the detail part. Okay, so that is the way, right? I have code also there. You go for the Firefox browser, right? You need to go with the Gecko driver. So Firefox browser is for the Gecko driver. So you need to download the Gecko driver here instead of the Firefox Gecko driver, and here you need to change something, right? I have also given the code here. You can try it. So it will be webdriver.gecko.driver and the path of the Gecko driver. Okay, that is the only change. And the next one, WebDriver driver equal to, it will be new Firefox driver. Otherwise, remaining line of code will be still same. So in case it is a browser specific, you need to change only that one. WebDriver.chrome.driver, WebDriver.gecko.driver, and this is the Gecko driver path, file path, and it will be WebDriver.driver, WebDriver driver equal to new Chrome driver of the Firefox driver, Safari driver, like that. Otherwise, remaining line of code will still same. Driver.manage.window.maximize, driver.get, like that. So that is the way you can start with other driver as well. So that will be your home task. Just try to run with the Gecko driver as well. So as of now, guys, any questions? Are you able to get the things slowly? Maybe it might tough, but you need to just do the practice, go to the video, go to the document. So my document is having all the steps. You no need to worry about anything. Most of the thing will be there in the document. Are you able to kind of get the thing, or I am going too fast? Okay, so any questions so far? Yeah, yeah, sure, go one by one. Yeah. Yeah, sure. Yes. Yeah, WebDriver dot Chrome driver only. Chrome dot driver. Ha ha. Right. Yeah, yes. Hmm. WebDriver is a interface. WebDriver is a interface. Yes. Object. Chrome driver is the class. Okay, because I already mentioned in Java, we cannot directly create a object or instance of the web, sorry, for the interface. Okay, WebDriver is the interface here. So that is the reason we need to take help from the class. So here we are creating an object or instance for the WebDriver interface with the help of the Chrome driver class. Because WebDriver cannot instantiate it, means we cannot create the object or instance directly. Either we need to typecast something, or we can take the help from the class. So that part I'll be showing in the upcoming session. We need to typecast. So this is the three things. Yeah, interface. Yeah, creating the object or instance with the help of the Chrome driver class. Yeah. WebDriver is the interface, driver is the object or instance, and Chrome driver is the class. So that is the relation. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think other question was there from Provina. Yeah. Yeah, it will be based on your requirement, right? If you want to run with the Gecko driver, then you can just simply type it Gecko, right? For the Firefox driver, Gecko.driver, and you can give the path. Later point of time, I will show you that in case you want to set up all the properties, you can set in single time. Okay, but you can just change it based on the setting. Yeah. Yeah. No. If you want wish to do for the Chrome, you can do the setup of the Chrome. If you want to do the Firefox, you can just change these two line only. So here it will be WebDriver dot Gecko dot driver and the path of the Gecko driver, and here it will be Firefox driver instead of Chrome driver. Otherwise, remaining line of code there will be no change anywhere. Only these two line you need to change it every time. Yeah, Chrome. No. It will be one time only. It will be one time. Yeah. All setting up, right? It will be one time. So in the later point of time during the framework part, right, we'll be creating called two method. One is for invoking the driver, which is called the in the test engine before test or after test, like that. So where we'll be kind of creating setup method where all the this part will be there, right, till that part. So that I will call that method, right, instead of writing multiple time and time. And I'll be creating a called tear down method where I'll be quitting the driver. In the real time automation, every time we need to close the driver for seeing every test cases. Otherwise, it might create the problem. So that is the reason you can create two methods. You can call the method only, because that is the reason I told, right. We need to create the reusable component instead of writing it line by line. So slowly you will be learning, not in the day for one. Okay. Yeah. So I already mentioned first I will be covering the alphabet A, B, C, D till Z. Then I will be covering how you can phrase a sentence, right? Like we wn we will be using. Then we will be I'll be showing it how you can create a sentence, then where are you going, like that, right? Sentence. Then you will be creating a page and book like that slowly. So that is the way you'll be learning it. Okay. Yeah, but any question, definitely whatever came to your mind, you can discuss it, but not be a problem. But slowly everything will be there, but from the scratch level, right? Any other questions, guys? Try to be more interactive. Do not be okay sleep, okay? Or maybe just try to be very, I mean, give your honest effort. So that is only my request. So I'll be sharing all the document and upload the video. Just you can go one more time with the document video. Just try to practice it. That is the only requirement. Otherwise, I'll be sharing everything to you, and I will try to, yeah. Yeah, not even maybe next, till the next week at least try to install it. By next Friday everything you should cover. And whatever is, at least maybe you can give 1 week spare time. So whatever will be covering till November end mid, right? That should be covered by November end. Like that. November end, by that should be practiced and rehearsed by December mid. Like that. So that will help you. So that time maybe 1 hour daily if you spend, right, apart from the training, so that you can definitely you can learn the thing. I'll be always there to help you guys, but that part you need to just do that practice one. So are you getting some new thing or not? Okay. Okay, then we'll go to the next topics. You can go on mute. Yeah, thanks. Then we will try to learn then what is element locator. Okay, so in the web browser, and if you open the browser, right, suppose say you will be opening any browser, okay, there will be a lot of plenty of the element, right? Suppose if you open the Facebook page, there will be plenty of element, right? It can be kind of word, it can be image, it can be your input field, it can be button, it can be link, right? Anything. Okay, so everything will be called as an element in the web page. So we need to identify the element first. After that we can perform the operation, right? Suppose in my class there are 15 plus student available. So first I need to identify that who is asking the question, right? And what is the question, then I will try to respond accordingly. Similarly, in that whatever browser you are opening, that does not matter, because element technique or element locator will never change. Browser specific is not browser specific, it will be same across the browser. So the locator can be termed as an address which will identify a web element uniquely. Please be make sure that we need to identify uniquely. In case we are able to search with the same thing, multiple things, that will not work. So every time that should be uniquely in the web page. Locator are the HTML properties of the web element. Element locator should be common across all the browser. There should be huge number of kind of element can be there in the web page. You already know, right? It can be table, it can be radio button, it can be checkbox, drop down box, it can be frame as well. So I will try to cover everything in the upcoming session, how you can handle it along with the image. So how you can inspect the element, right? As of now I have opened the page, but I need to interact with the element, right? Then how can I do it? So first thing is that I need to identify the unique property of the element, right? So how can I do it? You need to press F12 button from your keyboard. F12 button. F12 button. It is written in my PPT as well. After that there is the inspector element, right? There is an option available called select an element in the page to inspect it. You can select it and you can mouse it hover, right, to any of the element, whatever you want to interact. Suppose say I want to get the properties from here, right? So I can select it here. You could see all the properties is displayed here. So it is coming with the input tag. So the first thing is called as a tag. So what does this tag signifies? From the tag itself, without knowing the element, right, any blind person can tell what is the element type all about. So input means it can be either kind of input text field, it can be radio button, checkbox, like that, right? So that is the thing. Then type equal to text means it is text box. Then these are the property of the attribute, right? Classes, name, id, but you should find out these are the thing uniquely, so that you will be able to do it, right? So name and id is an element locator, right? How can you get the details? So you can, the triple dot, right, is there. Just select the triple dot, copy it, copy the element, and you can open a notepad and you can simply paste it, so that automatically all the property for the element will come. And this is the tag name. Input mean input field. And if you mouse over the other thing, right, so Facebook image, the tag name img will start, or src will come for the images, right? Similarly, the link or hyperlink, tag name will start as the a anchor tag. It is a tag name, right? Div is the table, right? For the button, sometime it will come as the input tag, type equal to button. You could see a anchor tag, but role equal to button. Similarly, the table, it will be table, table detail, td, table header, table row, like that, right? Increase the frame, it will start with iframe. So that way, from the tag itself, you can get to know what is the property all about, right? So this property will signifies, because that is the developer team already did the development, right? So that is the way. So what are the element locator techniques available in Selenium? There are primarily 8: ID, class, name, the tag name, a link and partial link text only for the link or hyperlink. So link text means complete link text. Partial link text, why we will be using? So in case there is a huge link, right, we cannot maybe accommodate, or maybe huge link, some of the part is dynamic, some of the part is static, so I can go with the static part. Dynamic part will change every time. In case you are not able to identify with anything, any of the above item uniquely, you can create your, or you can take the default CSS selector of the XPath, or you can create your own XPath of CSS. In the next session, I will be showing you how to create your own XPath of CSS. Today, you can take the default one. So how you can identify the element first? So driver is the object or instance, then find element is the method. By is the predefined class in Selenium. ID equal to element locator technique, and this is the value. Driver dot find element, by dot id name or class name, and the corresponding value you need to give it for the identifying the element. Suppose say here I need to identify the element, I need to enter something, some value. So how can I do it? I'll go to the code. So driver dot find, you could see, find element. It is coming from the WebDriver interface, and this is the return type is web element. Okay. Then here argument, right? By dot, I will go with the name, by name, sorry, not the name, by dot name. Okay. And here you need to give the name, string name. So here it will be unique, should be unique. So here what I have taken, right, what is the name? Email. It is unique. I know that is the reason, but otherwise you can search it. How can you search it? You can go here, you can press Ctrl F, and you can press F. You could see 3 is coming, but this 3 is, right, you can see email and ID field is coming, and other thing is maybe sometime it is hidden. It might come, sometime it is hidden. So it is unique, I know. So that is the way you can check whether it is unique or not. It should be unique, otherwise it will not work. So I need to give that value here. So it is a kind of input field, so I can enter something. So I will press dot, and I will call send keys method. So all the method will be discussed, no need to worry, to enter something in the field. And it is a take alphanumeric character argument, so I can spend something called Haradhan pal, right? So now you could see that value, it will be entered here. So that is the way, right, you can try to interact with the web element with the help of the 8 element locator technique. Name, ID, class. In case the link hyperlink, it will be partial link text or the link text. In case nothing is working, you can go with the default CSS of the XPath or customized CSS of XPath. So its page is opening. Now it will try to identify the field, and it will enter the value whatever you want to enter. You can see Haradhan Pal got entered here, right? So that is the way you can go with ID, name, or class name, anything. But in case it is a link, right? So here I need to click here. So I can go with the either the partial link text or the link text. So here I will try to inspect the element first. Okay, you can see it is coming with a tag. And what is the link text? This is the link text here. So in case you are using link text, you need to give the complete link text. In case you are using partial link text, you cannot give the complete. You need to give the some static component, either forgot or the password, right? So I will copy paste it. So in case it's a link or hyperlink, it can be operation will be click, right? Because you want to click that link. So driver dot find element by dot link text, and here you can give the link text with a double quote, and operation will be click, right? Okay. Now let's try to run it and let's see what is happening here. So it will open the page first, browser, maximize it, launch the page, it will enter the value in the input field, it will click on the forgotten password, right? And it will navigate to the next page. So my flow is happening. So that is the way, right, you can try to code it. The next thing, suppose say this is the part I already know, right? But in case nothing is there specially, or maybe this thing is there but it's not working. Sometimes ID, name, class name might be there but it might not work. That problem might face. I will show you tomorrow, right? Name is there, kind of ID is there but still is not working. You will not able to identify the element, right? Then you can go with the CSS selector or the XPath. So today I will show you how to take the default one. So here if you click here, instead of that link, right, or maybe instead of that email field, you can go with that one, right? You can select triple dot, you can select copy, you can select XPath, copy XPath, or you can get copy selector. So copy XPath, you can take it. So here you can change it, right? I can commenting out the line, and I will try to identify with the help of the XPath. Driver dot find element by dot XPath. So similarly it is selector, it will be dot CSS selector. And here you need to give the value here XPath. Default one I am taking. Right? Dot send keys. Right? And here I can give anything, maybe Rahul. Okay. Now let's try to think. And here instead of that one, right, I can go with the CSS. So driver dot find element by dot CSS selector, and here I can give the C selector for the link. So again click copy. So this is the default one, C selector. Default might not be work sometime, so we need to okay, it is not like the default might work every time, no. So that is the reason you need to create customized CSS or XPath always. It's preferred. So tomorrow I will show you how to create customized thing, what is other different kind of XPath, partial XPath, absolute XPath, relative XPath, all about. So element locator is the very important in Selenium. Because in case you are not able to identify the element, then how will do the operation, right? So now you can see the Rahul is getting entered with the help of the XPath, and maybe forgotten password, right? Whatever CSS we have taken might is not working. So that is the reason it is not clicking on that forgotten password. So yeah, default part sometime not work. You could see error is coming. You cannot guarantee that it will work. No such element exception that error will come. Right? Is not able to identify the element with the help of the C. Let's try XPath here and try to take the default XPath in case it is working. So default CSS is not working. So tomorrow we will create our customized XPath or CSS. In case default is not working, let's see whether the default CSS is working. Otherwise you need to create it. Tomorrow we will show how to create the customized part. and let's see whether it's working or not. I don't think it will not work again. Okay, the way it will not work, so it better to go with that. Forward, tomorrow we'll show how to create our odex path. Okay, so these are the different element locator techniques through which we can inspect with the element. Then next one is kind of different operation we can do, right, with the help of for the web page. So, okay, so let's try to open the Google page, right, and then here you can get the title of the page, get the page source, get the current URL, right, with the help of this method. Get title will give you the current title of the current browser. Page source, in case you want to get the page source, means coding part, all this stuff you can open it with, and you can also get the current URL with the help of that get current URL method. So how can you get it? You can use SOISO method, just printing out in the console, then driver dot get current URL, right? That is the only one way. Other way, driver dot get title, right? You could see this is the method. It is coming from the WebDriver. What is return type? Return type is string. So instead of directly printing it out, I can return and store in some string variable. So here I will be giving a string variable, and I will be giving that page title. That is that variable I am storing. So that is the second option, and next time I can print it out, right? So SOISO print it out. So this is the two way. Either you can directly use it, otherwise you can store it some variable so that you can use multiple time. Okay. So this is the two way, and if you are get page sources also, this is the thing also available. Get page source. So it will print you something in the console. In case you are using SOISO method, you will be printing out the current URL and the title of the page in the console. Apart from navigation. Now you could see. So what is the current title? Facebook WHTTP Facebook, right? That is the title is coming. Current URL. And what is the title? Right? This is the title here, right? You could see Facebook hyphen login or sign up. That is the title is coming here. So that way, right, without knowing anything, you can print out the thing. You can get the result with the help of the different web page operation in Selenium WebDriver. Right? Then the next thing, right? What are the method we are getting it, right? You could see with the get method, I can just navigate to the any web page, right? You can give it here, right? We will be using the close or the quit method to close the driver. So close will only close the focus driver. In case you are already opening multiple driver, then you can use the quit. Then with the help of the navigate.to method, you can go to the another URL. Navigate back, again backing of the URL, navigate forward again. Manage.maximize, right? We can maximize the driver. Navigate.refresh, in case the page is not fully loaded, we can use it, right? So let's comment this out here. So in case you want to comment out multiple lines, you just select it. You can go to the source. You can just use add block comment. So automatically those lines will be commented. So I already opened the page. I'll be opening another page. Driver dot navigate dot to. Here you need to give the string, other string, right? So suppose I want to navigate to other page called Google. Okay, that page. So you can take the URL here. Control C here, right? Again, driver dot navigate dot back driver dot navigate dot forward. So return type is void, so it will not return anything. Driver dot navigate dot refresh. So it will refresh again. And then driver dot close, right? And here for every time, if you want to see the actual navigation, right, you can give some waiting time. So I can give some thread dot sleep. So it will be sleeping for 3 seconds. It will wait for 2 seconds, 3 seconds, like that. So that you can navigate 3000 milliseconds. So in case you are using thread dot sleep, you need to surround with try catch block or sub declaration throws. So that part will be covered in the upcoming session, no need to worry right now. Okay, but in the real time we will not be using the thread, because every time you skip will be threading, so overall your time will be more, right? 3 second means in case you need to interact for 100, so it will be waiting, you are just simply wasting 5 minutes time. But for the navigating purpose and the initial time, you can give the thread. So right click here, now try to run it, so it will close the driver as well, close the browser as well. So opening the Facebook page, once the page is fully loaded, it will wait for 3 seconds, it will navigate to the other page, right? Google page. You could see Google page is coming. It will wait for 3 seconds, it will navigate back to the Facebook page again after 3 second waiting, right? You could see your script is working. It will after the page is fully loaded, it will wait for 3 seconds, it will navigate forward again to the Google page. Then it will wait for 3 seconds, it will try to refresh the page. Divert.navigate the refresh. F5, just simply F5. Then wait for 3 seconds, it will close the browser. Okay, browser is also getting closed, but no output, right? So that is the way. These are the different kind of operation, especially API operation, you can do with the help of the Selenium WebDriver. Okay, these are the next two topics, we'll be covering it. Then what are the different operations you can do with the WebEdit box? So as of now, already get to know, right, the send keys part, right? You can also know, but how we can create the kind of reusable component, right? Reusable variable. So here we already identifying this element, right? So here instead of that, what we will do, will be, in case we'll be using multiple times, right? So that we'll be creating some variable. What is the return type? It return type is web element. You already seen, right? Or otherwise, let's try to see it, right? Driver dot find element by dot name equal to email. So return type is web element. 5 element, sorry, let's cut it. Driver dot find element, you could see return type is web element, right? So I will be storing some web element. Okay, so web element, the same name text, that is the field, and I am storing in some web element. So here some error is coming, right? So web element is a class, remember web element is a class. Okay, insert missing code. Okay, I need to keep that email field with the double quote. So web element is a class, I need to import it from the Selenium WebDriver, right? org opening Selenium package. Now error message gone. Then what are the operation I can perform for the web element? Input field, I can check whether it is displayed or not, so it will give me true or false boolean value. First thing I will check displayed, then is enabled or not, then I can enter the value, right? So what is the thing? Dot is displayed, that is the method I will call is displayed, right? It will give me boolean value true or false. Then once displayed, I will check whether it is enabled or not, means I am able to edit the field or disable, right? Then dot is enabled, it will boolean, return type is boolean. Then I will add some value, right? Dot send keys method, you could see this is the character sequence you can enter. Void return type nothing, suppose say Haradhan, right? Then I can clear the value, whatever thing is entered. Dot clear, it will clear it, and again I can enter it. Dot send keys, suppose say Rahul next time. Now you can run your code. So you could see one variable I called multiple times, otherwise I need to write that code every time. so I'm not doing it. In case why I'm creating the reusable component reusable variable like that, in case tomorrow email got changed to email 2 3 5 like that, so I'll be updating only one place and remaining place will be automatically updated, right? So that is the assignment part. So that part only one part updated. So that is the importance of the creating the reusable component variable, all this stuff. So now if you want to run it, so it will open the Facebook page. It will load the page. It will try to identify whether it's enable, disable, all this stuff. You can see initially Haradhan entered, then cleared the value, and Rahul entered. And in the output, you can console, you can get whether it's enabled or displayed or not, true or true, right? This is the true part for this one, and the again is enable also true. That is the reason we are able to enter it, right? So that is the thing we can do it with the help of the text box. And the last thing we can do it called attribute, right? We can get the different attribute and we can get the value, right? So what is attribute here? So these are the attribute, right, we are talking about. Okay, so in case you are getting to that field, right? So these are called attribute. This is the first one is tag name, then type equal attribute and the value equal to text, class equal attribute, the value equal to like that, name equal attribute, value equal like that. So how can we get the attribute, right? So there is a get attribute method is there, right? So I can just print out the attribute in my console. How can I do it? So right, I can get take that variable, you can call the get attribute method, right? And here you can pass the attribute and that corresponding value will come. So what is the attribute? Suppose I want to print type, so it text will come, right? I want to print the value called class. So that is the thing, right? You can take in a internal part of the thing also easily through the help of the automation. Class name, right? So that is the important method available especially to handling with the input field or text field. Web edit text, that is called sometimes web edit text. So it will not enter anything because we want to check the properties here. So you could see text, why it is coming as null. Okay, type text, there is a no attribute called text, the type was, that is actually coming as null. In case the attribute is not present, it will definitely come as a null, right? The name is coming as email, right? For giving a type, then it will value will come as text like that. So these are the different things you can just check with the input WebEdit box field. The next last topics, you can do whatever operation for the link, right? So you already seen the link here. So what is the basically link, right? For the Facebook page, I can interact with the forgotten password. So similarly here, I can store in sub web element. Then I can get the details for the link as well, which is first one is displayed, enabled. After that I can link it, right, for the link or hyperlink. So I'll be storing in some web element. Here I can use by dot link text or partial link text I can use, so that I will give the partial part, right? So what is the part? So maybe you can give the forgotten part, so which is the static one. I can just ignore the simply. Maybe that part I can simply ignore. That part I can give it, right? So here you can change it called forgotten link, right? Now next time I want to check check this displayed. First is displayed, then is enabled, then I'll perform the operation only. Dot is enabled, dot click is the operation. So return type is void. Now try to run it. So it will open the page, it will identify whether it is display enabled, and it will click on the link. You could see the link is getting clicked, right? So that are the different thing I have tried to cover it. So we'll go once more time as well, right? So testing you already know, right? White box, black box, starting with unit testing, functional integration, end-to-end regression, right? And the non-functional testing, performance test, security. Then you can do the alpha testing, beta testing, right? Usable testing and acceptance testing. So because of the error, fault will come, and in case you are not solving the fault, the failure will come and your application will be get crashed. So these are the different thing, right, through which error will come: miscommunication, documented poorly, environment challenges, working under pressure, 7 testing principle I have also discussed. 8 automation testing, where we will be first will be doing the POC, then ROI calculation, then we will try to see whether the application is stable enough, requirement is also stable enough, then we will try to automate where it will be using most of the time, like sanity test, mock test, regression test, data creation part, the life cycle planning, then design, then kind of insertion, then debugging, and then final run and analyzing the result, right? The different tool, like starting with the free tool to kind of paid tool, and the different framework I've tried to discuss. Selenium 4 component ID nowadays no longer used. Selenium RC and Selenium WebDriver indicate to Selenium 2, 3, and nowadays 4 is available. Selenium Grid is primarily used for the parallel or distributed testing, right? Some advantages, disadvantages, right? 4 prerequisites to start with Selenium. First, Java need to be installed. Then you need to set the path variable and the home Java home. After that, you need to install Eclipse. You need to open the Eclipse. You need to set the workspace. After that, you need to create a project, then package, then class. You need to associate Selenium jar file with this thing. After that, you need to set the properties for the Chrome driver, the Gecko driver. Then you need to maximize the driver. You need to get the URL, right? So that is the way you will be starting your journey in the automation. Then different element locator techniques available. You can inspect the element, and with the help of the ID, name, class name, tag name, link text, partial link text, CSS selector expert, you can interact the element first, then you can do the different operation, right? So you can get the title, get the page source, get the current URL, right? You can close the driver, you can navigate from one page to another page, you can navigate back, forward, refresh the page, right? You can with the help of the WebEdit box, you can first check whether it's displayed enable or not. You can clear the value, you can enter the value, you can again enter the value after clearing it. You can get the different attribute value corresponding to the help of the get attribute methods available in the Selenium WebDriver. Then for the link, right, you can just check whether the link is enabled, displayed, and you can perform the click operation for the link or hyperlink. So that's all from today's session. Thank you.